Hello again, folks. Right, another entry on DAX, and I'll tell you why. Basically, the time now is 10:17, so 15 minutes after the 10 o'clock bar, and I always say check that 15-minute bar. I've been and had a swim. My front crawl is getting really good now, so I'm chuffed about that. We're looking at the H4 dashboard, recent candles, because I'd normally look for a big candle reversal or something. Nothing strikes me as being interesting from that point of view. But as you can see from the DAX, we got a doji and a wick, and the DAX is that pattern rather is highly likely to be a wick fill pattern. We know that. The other thing about the DAX is I've been long all morning on it. And we can see that is telling me I should be long anyway. That's great. So, all confirms my bias. This was a very, very late entry to get my 10 pips, but we know it moves fast. So 10 points, 80 points, whatever, shouldn't be a massive problem. In fact, I've got more than 10. It was 105 points, 10.5 pips after the spread. So why? Right. We weren't in a configuration. There was no reason to suggest reversals. The first why is the ADR. We're in an uptrend. We've got bullish bars. There's no way I want to be short in this really. In the past as a super fast 1 minute scalper, yeah, I would have had a go. But now I'm finding it, I can't believe after 20 years at this, I'm still sort of having light bulb moments, eureka moments, whatever. It's so much easier just to wait patiently. Well, I think actually what's happened, it's the timing. 15-minute hourly closes, H4 closes, M15 closes, M30 closes. It's transformed the way I approach the charts now. I don't even think about getting 1 minute reversals. The only time I would, if 23,403 as it is, and we were up at 35 at the end of the day, because then it's what I call an overextended ADR. In other words, the ADR is way past its, the average daily range is way past its range, and we should be looking for shorts. And at 6 p.m. the H4 closes, everything, it's what I call the momentum time of the day. This has worked out. This is the momentum time again. We've just had let's have a look at the actual chart. So I don't think there's anything to tell you on H1. Not really, apart from another massive wick again. Then M30 at the 10 o'clock close. That's the 10 o'clock close, the UK. Doji, doji, doji. I don't want to go short, so the first chance I get of going long, I'm going to go long. M15. This was when I got back to my charts after my swim. And as you can see, well, it was just before M15 close actually, but I highlighted the fact that it's based on the M15 candles because if it hasn't turned short based on the H4 candle, then it's the highest likelihood, highest probability is it's going to continue in the direction that we want it to. Fulfill this ADR, fulfill the long-term H4 uptrend, continue in the direction of the daily open. The daily open bar is down here, for goodness sake. There is a thought process which says trade back to the daily open. Again, that's a reversal strategy, rubber band strategy, call it what you like, but it wasn't in the slightest showing the likelihood that it would. We have got, we've already, and when you see this, if this had gone straight up like that, then that would be a big H4 candle, wouldn't it? Stands to reason. And if that was the case, then we should be looking for potential pullbacks, possibly to the daily ADR. So like I said in the earlier video, everything is we trade common sense. And it all fits together. But as I say, I've been at this 20 years now plus, and I'm still having light bulb moments, eureka moments. So anyway, back to so this is the logic behind this. If I'd been around at exactly 10 o'clock as opposed to 10 past 10 or whatever, then I would have got a much better entry. But just as I said, trading is common sense. Then a later entry. Well, let's start at the start. With a low ADR like that and all that showing that, we should only be longs. So a late entry isn't the end of the world, providing you've timed it right. Just after the H1 close, new H1 open, is not the worst time to take a continuation, is it? Common sense again. So providing you use the lower time frames, and it all still looks good on the lower time frames, no divergence and stuff like that. Red, green, red, and then green. That's where I hit it. So what can I say? It's just, remember, it's common sense. I think one of the important things I need to add is that having been horrified by mistakenly looking at someone else's YouTube video, I try and stay away from what all other traders do, because the longer I've done this and the more traders, pretend traders, that join the market with selling all their complete rubbish, the actual more horrific it gets for newer traders. And the more I'm going to bang home the idea that there is no shortcut, there is no quick fix to trading, and there is no voodoo magic unicorn trading style, holy grail. It's just common sense. So forget all these people selling these super duper indicators, the better this one, better that one. I've got a good set of indicators, but it all stems from the fact that I've studied thousands and thousands and thousands of pages of forums like Forex TSD and Baby Pips and Forex Factory and all that lot. I've done the hard miles, the hard yards, whatever you want to call it. So anyway, sorry to preach on, guys, but it's just common sense. The common sense here is the ADR has not been fulfilled. The trend is long. The H4 has not reversed because there is no reversal looking pattern on here. There isn't a ton of massive green candles that suggest that the early European session, Frankfurt and UK session, has blasted off to super space and needs a rest. There's nothing like that. Common sense. And I don't push that home enough. But I'm going to be teaching absolute novices. Well, I'm going to use my girl stroke friend stroke lady, whatever, not romantic involvement, a lady friend, how to trade, and she's a complete novice. She's been asking me for years. There is no way I would have entertained teaching her. Well, I would have 10 years ago, and then because I thought I knew it all, and then you get a slap in the face and you realise you don't know it all, and it's not fair to subject other people to that sort of stress. But now I feel that I know a great deal more, still don't know it all, of course, and I think I could teach it to a 3-year-old baby now. And that is, as I said in the previous video, 2B reversal, 1, 2, 3 reversals, and I'm 99% flat, remember again, guys. But I like to leave these runners on because they will allow me to, I keep my focus on what I'm looking at. I mean, it's not exactly rocket science to only have 5 or 6 pairs to watch, but I've done the deep analysis on this. I've done the deep analysis on this, and I've done the deep analysis on this. I liked GJ long, and that's doing its stuff as well. In fact, I'm still in 99% of the GJ long trade as we speak. Sorry, 1% running. Why is it not switching over? So that keeps me focused. I know I've done the analysis. I know I want longs on that. I want longs on the indices, and I am ready to go. Whenever I take a break, I'm going to go for a nice long walk now, have a coffee out, and meet a friend. So, common sense, guys. Stop listening to all the influencers and all that tosh on the internet, because it does you no good whatsoever. 2B reversals, 1, 2, 3 higher lows, lower highs, and really the best, the holy grail is this bust, pullback, break and close. But it also works on the TMA, so I'm debating whether to take that off when I show my friend. And this, I would leave this in I think, but it's all the other stuff on my charts that a complete novice does not need to understand, really. Dean's line's fantastic, but you don't need to understand it. 3CR is fantastic, absolutely. All of the stuff I use is fantastic, but a novice shouldn't need to really worry about things like that. Dean's line, pivots, absolutely fantastic, but unless you've done thousands and thousands of hours like I've done looking at them, then they would be more of a confusion. What I'm trying to say is the 2B reversal, this, they're everywhere. This just caught my eye. That's a 2B reversal. That is VIX low. Oh, and then you've got the line chart stuff I talk about. No need to worry about that really, unless you want to impress your mates. And that is the breakup there. So this is what I'm going to teach my friend, and this is what I would teach any novice trader now. The 2B, they're all over the web. That's the that's the low. That's the breakthrough, that low, the green candle's low there. So the high of that is where VIX says, look, I mean, what is that all about really? So you could either then take this trade with the close through VIX level, which would be that candle there. I'm going to suggest, well, this is M1. This would be better example if I could show you an M5. By the way, in case you're wondering, the stop for that is right down there somewhere. Because when I take a trade like this, I have the stop really tight, and then I move them so that I don't get stopped out when I know I should just be riding the long entries, new long entries. So it just stops a break in my thought processes. But I have a very short attention span, as you probably noticed by the videos I make. So this is the way it works for me best. Leave pennies running, and then I can really get down and focus on when I want to make my new entries. So it works. I love it. I absolutely love it. So what I'm going to suggest to my novice friend, my total noob, is that she concentrates on the 2B. This is a 1, 2, 3 higher low reversal here now, as part of the 2B, that is, but it is also another 2B on its own. So this now, if this fails to come further down, that'll be a 1, 2, 3 higher low, which in itself, which will convert this whole thing into a 1, 2, 3 higher low, because like this was a 2B over here, it's now 1, 2, 3 higher low over here. If that makes sense to you, I hope it does, because it does make perfect sense to me. And what this means is that the sellers have absolutely taken over, lost the plot, and the buyers have taken over from the sellers. And providing your 5 minute, in this case it's a 1 minute, your 5 minute and 1 minute agree with each other on this side of things, and then the 15 minute and so on and so forth. So that's it, guys. What can I say? I love this stuff. I absolutely love it. And that's it. I'm off out again.